Welcome back to another episode of Quarantine Talk. Today, I've got probably one of the most talented people I know. Not only is he a baller, he's also a big musician. Big guy, and it's Don Dada. Donny, what's good, bro? How are you?
What's good, bro? I'm good, man. Thanks for bringing me on. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here, man. So the first thing I've been asking everyone during this whole quarantine thing is, what's your diet saying at the moment?
You know what? My diet's quarantine. Yeah. It's like you can't even get fast food or anything like that at the moment. You can, but I've just been doing my home cooked meals and that. Like when I wake up, I have a little, scrambled eggs and toast with beans, and during the day I have a porridge, and then like normal house food. At the end of the day, I might have some chicken and rice, if you know what I mean. But yeah, it's not been too hectic.
We're saying what, chef up in the kitchen, yeah?
Yeah, man. You need to know how to chef it up because I left yard when I was 17. I left yard.
Swear, what was that for ball?
Yeah, for ball. So I had to learn obviously from being around Mumsy when I was back at home. She used to cook and she used to keep me in the kitchen kind of thing with my sisters and that.
I hear that still. So what, did you go into digs at 17 then?
I was in digs. The story, if I tell you the story, this story is mad. So I was in digs here from 16, 17. And you know what? I'm young. At the time, yeah, did I sign my professional contract yet? I think I'm about to sign my professional contract. So I'm young, I'm in digs now. So what it is, I ain't got a laptop. Yeah. I keep saying to myself, I'm gonna go and buy a laptop. So I'm in digs now. I go on the family computer.
Yeah.
And I start watching, I start watching, So these times I'm not thinking. They work with kids in it. So the son was a lifeguard at a swimming pool, and the sister was too. So they could get in trouble in it. Yeah. So I wasn't even thinking about that. So I'm in digs now. I've done the thing. Then I got in trouble in it. She was like, the manager wants to speak to you. And this was the first team manager at the time at Colchester. Yeah. This is where I started off. So he's come up. I've gone to his office. So I know what it's about in it. So I've gone to his office now, and he's like, Meg. And I'm like, Gaffer. He just started creasing. He just started laughing. He said, come on, man, you're in the house, if you want to go and look at them kind of things, bring your laptop, go and buy a laptop. And don't do it again and stuff like that. It just started busting up, but it just started talking to me saying, how you finding it and stuff. I said, no, it's all right. And that it let me off. Yeah. And but from that time, I just wanted to move back to London. I wanted to go back home. And obviously, they managed to find a flat for me. So then I just moved into a flat, yeah.
I hear that still. So with quarantine now, what's been the hardest thing for you? Because like I mentioned before, you've kind of got two hats on, so to say. You've got kind of the footballer, and you've got the music. It was end of February, early March, you dropped the tune with Miss Banks, right? Which is a band. And then now it's a situation where you can't play ball, you can't be outside. So what's been the hardest thing being an artist and a baller, not being able to be active?
You know what it is? I'm a homebody anyway, you know what it is, Mo? But obviously when it's with work, it's like, damn, man, I wanna go out. I wanna go out and play ball. I wanna go out and do the shows, because we had to cancel 7, 8 shows, and it's like,
sure.
I know it's cash loss, but you know what? Safety first, health first. You get me? But yeah, you just wanna it's been hard because I just wanna go out, play football. The other day, I think 2 weeks ago, Saturday, that went last week, the sun was out, and I looked out the window, and I was thinking, what a lovely day to play football.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, what a lovely day. And as the day goes by, I'm thinking shows as well, meeting different people, performing on stage. You miss it, but then again, like I said, I was a homebody anyway, so I don't really mind it. But yeah, no, it's still tough to take in because you wanna be active. You wanna play ball. I try to switch on the TV like to watch football. Like I'm watching football back in the days. Like it's like
Old school,
old school thing. You know the Sky Sports thing. Like
yeah, throwbacks and that.
I want to watch something new, but yeah, it is what it is though.
I hear that, but I mean, you have been keeping busy. I mean, on your gram, you're interviewing a few people here and there. You've got the talent show going and everything.
Yeah.
So like, how's all of that come about? Because I'm going through now. I'm just seeing a Mazzoline. I'm just seeing Bear Man trying to rap. I'm seeing Bear American Brothers in here trying to rap. And I'm thinking, well, what's the thinking behind that though? Is that because I remember a long time ago, before everything became massive, I remember you must have done a little feature, and this was before music for you was big. And someone asked you, what would you not be doing if it wasn't for ball? And you were like, I'll be making music or be in a music business. Little for people to know that soon you will start doing bare music. So what's the thinking behind the talent show and that? Is it just because you're chilling or?
You know what? I thank quarantine and my friends. You know what it is? Well, yeah, it's something like I got a character, I got a personality in it.
Yeah.
But coming through the music game, you wanted to like put on like, I wouldn't say a facade, not to say I'm a tough guy, but you don't want to think people to think about you like you're a joke man, if you know what I mean. So you kind of have to put on like a little front that you're around certain people. But you know what my friends were saying? Nah, man, Med, like they was telling me to do this from back in the days. People said, Med, just be the Medi that we know. Just be the Don that when he's in ends, when he's around his friends, even when he's at football, he's a joker. Like he makes people laugh. Like you can ask anyone from football to music, from the people I've been around. They say I'm the funniest guy. Just be yourself. Like we know who you are. So like anyone else, they can chat, say whatever. But we know like if it was time to get me, we know, and the people around. But be yourselves. So I was thinking, you know what? I was sitting at yard. I was sitting in bed. So let me start this talent show thing, man. Let me just bring out my character, more of my personality. And when I started doing that, I just started engaging with different people. You see different people start coming on the show. I don't know if he was one of the first people on the show. When I first started this, there was like 30 people on the live.
Yeah.
There was 30 people on the live.
Over 1.5K, like
and it's just mad from a space of 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And you know, all the ballers are coming in and out. Big up Sancho, Reece Nelson, all the ballers that's reposted my things and that. Now I'm just getting like a load of different crowds in, and it's just blowing up, and people are seeing my character, and I'm getting phone calls and people that know me and other people that don't know me. I said, no, I didn't know Don was this funny. I didn't know Don had this kind of character. Yeah. And you know what it is? It's just, at the same time, it's just fun, innit? Like, just entertaining and that. So, yeah, man.
But do you think, like, because like you mentioned, I've seen, like, loads of ballers in there. I remember when I see Wobie in there just cracking mad joke, and it's nice because you can see, like, it's a little space where everyone can kind of be themselves, innit?
Yeah, of course.
It's tough. Having been someone that's doing music, doing ball, do you think it's tough, especially here in the UK, to try and just do all of that? Because in America now, NBA, you can see them man are dropping albums, but they're putting every 2 days, you get me? Whereas in the UK, you had a situation where you were kicking ball, but it's like you had to separate the two. Now you can do the two. Is it harder to kind of embrace your character and do things creatively whilst kicking ball in the UK?
Yeah, of course. You know what I think. You know what it is, like you said, Americans, they can do whatever they want, and the media won't be on them like that. It's like even little things like just me being out at a certain time is like the club or someone seeing it is like, oh, it's a big deal. I could be just going out for a meal, and at 11 p.m. or something, I'm at a restaurant with a load of people. It's like you get questioned. And I used to get questioned a lot about music. Like the first thing people used to say at ball was like, "Oh, is it because you're doing music now that you get me? You're not fully in the ball thing, or you focusing on music more?" It's not that. My passion's in the same way I feel when I'm on stage. Is the same way I feel when I'm scoring a goal or playing well. There's like I'm not giving 100% in football, but giving 100% in music. No, I'm giving you the full 100% in everything. But you know how it is, man. You get questioned. Like managers will be alright with it. Like, but as soon as you have one bad game or the team don't do well and he was not 100%, they'd be like, it's because he's doing music. Kind of, you know how it is. It's that typical, but it's not that. We all had a bad game. The team lost. So why is it now? If like we went 10 games unbeaten, everything was alright. As soon as you lose 1, 2, it's like, yeah, he's doing music and we don't think. No, it's not that, man. But man's fully in it, 100% in both. Like, and at the time, I had to keep it separated because you know how fans and the media in England gets is like, oh, they pin them two together. Obviously, first I started off wearing a mask, and you know I had to portray the thing. Them I'm thinking, oh, Medeli or wearing a mask, is he gang related? That's what I'm not gonna lie. If I'm allowed to speak on this topic, the way I want to speak on it is like a next brother. I'm gonna give a proper example. White brother does music and that, totally fine. He's probably next Ed Sheeran and he's doing football at the same time. A brother does music, is like, oh, what's he doing? He wants to be a rapper. It's not. It's just I got so much time after football. We got so much time after football. Sometimes we don't even know what to do with ourselves. So I just thought, why not? Let me start doing music. So, and that's what I've done. Start to do music. But yeah, man, you get looked at in a different way sometimes. Like especially like when I first started, like fans commenting, "Is this you?" And that I had to block. I had to block a lot of fans because of that. Because I don't like people in my business.
I hear that still. But with football now, like it's obviously you're not training in a group setting at the moment, but somehow you're still managing to. I know because you know a couple of people that I know, and I know that you man are getting in at the moment. How is it like? Are you benefiting training remotely with these man? Because I know you're training with a couple of ballers through house party and that. How's that going at the moment?
No, it's going very well, man. I feel like I'm getting stronger.
Who's by the way? Whose idea was that?
I don't know. I just woke up to Femi. I woke up to a phone call, Femi saying we're all jumping on house party. Because I had a house party before, but that was just to talk to different man and have group chats. But I deleted it because you're just on it, like, but you're not doing nothing for yourself. You're just on it from like a certain time to all the way 2 a.m. So I deleted it. Then I got a phone call from Femi saying, listen, me, Deji, James Alabi, Mustafa Carriel, who else? Manny, who else is in it? I'm forgetting a couple names, but there's a couple of us in it. Like there's always 8 of us locked in a room. And we just said, we're doing this workout thing where we all go around like 6 times or sometimes 7 times, so we all do a workout. But it's tough, man. It's press ups, squats, lunges. We do everything. And
what's your go-to? What are you making the man them do?
I'm making the man them.
But in terms like with football though, do you reckon first and foremost, do you reckon you guys are going to go back to complete the season?
I do want us to go back because we're like 4 points away from playoffs. But I heard they was going to do something where they scrap it and they're going to do the points per game thing. And if we do the points per game, that means we're in the playoffs. So we go straight into the playoffs and we get to play the playoffs. But it's going to be difficult because there's going to be other people saying, okay, even though you do the points per game thing, we was only 4 points behind them too, kind of thing, or 5 points with like 8 games left or something. And so I want the season to resume, but I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Like the way I see it as well is that even if it was to resume, I know that you and couple man are keeping fit, but do you reckon that man are going to be able to come back and be match fit? Like, because you know fitness and match fitness is different, isn't it?
2 different things, yeah. I think man them will be fit, but to go and play in a game, like it's going to be mad. Because you don't know what the other team's been doing. They'll probably be keeping fit. We think we're keeping fit, but the other team might be keeping, their individuals might be keeping fit. We go into the game, get run around, and it all comes down to when we was off, we wasn't taking it serious kind of thing.
Still, has the club like been on you, man, to be taking it serious and stuff and trying to implement stuff whilst you man away as well? Or?
Yeah, of course. We've been getting some programs, and we're on something called Strava, I think it's called, where we have to do like 5K runs, and when we're done, we send it straight into the group chat. So they're monitoring us.
Straight to
So
the group chat.
yeah, straight into the group chat, or send it to the physio. So that's what we've been doing. So we can't even hide on that one.
So if certain man's 5K is looking a bit meaty, everyone's seeing it.
Yeah, I heard the other day. I was talking to Dejan filming today. I'm not gonna lie. I done my 5K 24 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm hearing. What's the name? Ross Barkley done it in 16. I'm thinking, what?
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, that's mad. That's mad.
It's all tense. But with the league stuff as well, so obviously in that sort of arena, like everyone's situation is different, isn't it?
Mm.
How has it been with kind of people around you in terms of contracts and stuff like that? Because most contracts kind of end in June, innit?
Yeah.
This is the time you start talking about negotiations or talking to clubs and whatnot. In terms of people around you, how is quarantine affected that?
It's affected. I think it's affected everyone, not just us, even our gaffer, because we don't know the situation with our club at the moment. But there's a lot of people. Obviously, a lot of people got another year left. But there's also like 12 key players that's on the last contract now. Mm. So yeah, then again, it's football. You know, a couple of people have been talking to teams. A couple Barnett's been speaking to players as well about a new contract. But it's a situation where how do you go about it if another club wants to take you now? Like you said, our season finished 24th of April, I think. So if you was to go and play another, month or something, does that mean that can players sign a pre-contract somewhere else? Or get me? That's what I'm trying to say. Like it's a tough one, but it's something that we're gonna see when we get there.
No, I hear you still. And like post this, do you reckon what's like return to normality for you? Because obviously, like you said, shows had to get cancelled, balls off. Like, do you reckon things are going to go back to being normal quick? Like, you can put the shows back on like that? Because I mean, one of the things I noticed is that's the tune you dropped was a big tune, but you can't even work the tune. You can't go anywhere to work the tune. You can't perform it anywhere. Like, how do you put this back into perspective and to normality after this finishes?
It's going to be like, there's a lot of promoters there that try to do their thing. It's going to be tough because they're probably lost out on a lot of money as well. And for it to something like this to stop for 2 months or something, and for them to get their crowd back is going to be tough. But then again, like when this is all over, people are going to want to go out. So if you put on something and you say X, Y, and Z is performing here, it's going to go off. So that's what I'm waiting for at the moment.
We're saying what shows?
It's gonna take time. Don't get me wrong, it's gonna take time, but we'll get there. I'm saying even end of September probably. When certain people are going back to uni or whatever time it is, it's gonna get there, but it's gonna take time. Like there's a lot of business right now. They're probably like they're shaking right now because they don't know what's gonna happen in the next couple months.
Yeah. So it's something like I've always wanted to ask, because you've always embraced your culture, right? You've always embraced who you are and everything. And a big part of that is your Congolese heritage, isn't it?
Yeah.
In terms of football and everything, what happened there? Because it's always something I've scratched, because I know you played a couple like England under like 19s and everything.
Yeah.
In terms of Congo, what happened there?
You know what? In Congo, is a tough one because man really wanted to play for Congo, and at the time that I really wanted to play for Congo, it was like I couldn't explain it. It was like how African countries are sometimes. It's not a bribing thing. It's like you're good, but give us something. Then you get me like that.
Yeah.
So man knows like I was talented. I know that I was good. But man, I'm not going off the back of knowing in my head that I had to pay someone at the time to play for my country, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And that's why it didn't go down well. Even from the times when later on down the years. I really wanted to play, but from them times, I'm not gonna lie, we had good players coming through and stuff like that. But at that time when we didn't really have them type of players, I thought, man can play in this team.
Yeah.
But then then I spoken to uncles and all these things. Then I clocked, oh, so that's the way.
Yeah.
And then I thought, yeah, never that. I'm not gonna pay to play for my country. Like I'm not like they was saying about paying for my own ticket to go back there to train with them. You know, this is international. You meant to be doing that. You get me?
Yeah.
But yeah, so man, that didn't go down too well. And from then I just forgot about it really. But man, I would have loved to play for my country, man.
No, I hear that still. But as someone that's played abroad and looked at the prospect of playing for like where you're from, do you reckon more young G's coming through now will do the move to Holland like you did, or will try and play for the Congo like you did? Because the way I see it, like there's a lot of I think even if we look at like the show now, the amount of ballers that end there, bare talented ballers, you're starting to see like some of them playing in like Turkey or playing here and there.
Yeah.
Do you reckon more man will start trying to do that now?
Yeah, of course, man. I see it as a learning. I see it as a learning curve as well. Like when I went there, when I was young, I'm not gonna lie, there was probably a couple, but everyone was scared. I saw it as everyone was scared to go to the Turkeys, to the Hollands, to the Italy, and that to even if it was for loan purposes or to get experience or just to sign out there. Everyone was shook of that. And I was thinking, how? When you get these young Spanish dons moving from when they're 17, they don't care, or Italians coming straight to England, they don't care. They're thinking, well, this is a chance. Man's going to take it. Whether it's in the Prem, whether it's in the Championship, whether it's in League One. They see it as they're hungry. They see it as an opportunity. But some of the youngsters at the time when I was growing up, it's like, they see it as, nah, England's the place to be. I'm not going to lie, when I went to Holland, it just opened up my eyes to everything. I remember when I first got there, yeah, and to Venlo, and the assistant manager was like, Mehdi, how's England? I was like, it's okay. He says, what did you lot do in pre-season? I told him while the manager was there and the other staff was there, that once you come in, the first thing you do, you're doing bleep tests and you're doing like some next one, 1K runs. And they said on the first day. Yeah. And on the second day, I said, yeah, then we do it for 4 weeks. They just all started busting up. I said, like, what does lot do here? He said, here, we ease you into it. It's more like you do like circuits. That's going to get you tired, but it's with the ball, passing, run around the thing, you're going to score, you're going to get a tap in, things like that. But it's working you though. But it's fun at the same time because you're not thinking about, I'm getting tired, but it's fun, you get me? He said, yeah, England, he said, that's why a lot of players get injured because you go into straight away, you just come back your first day, they're making you do mad sprints. And over there was more technical. I learned, when I come back to England, my movement, my touch, and my awareness for the game, I was so advanced and so ahead of certain people. When I was playing with them, I was thinking, bro, don't you know how to move? Or make that run. Or when I look up, like, you're not trying to play with man. Like, it was so mad. Like, I couldn't believe it was so mad. And I still say it now, like, some people still don't know how to play football.
It's mad, isn't it?
It's crazy, man.
That's a mad sentence in itself. Like, I get where you're coming from. Like, there's a difference between kicking ball and kicking ball. Like, I hear what it says.
That's real talk.
That's so mad, man. But I mean, you're doing great stuff, man. Do you reckon, like, with the stuff you're doing now, we were saying it before, how you've done a couple conversations on your gram and stuff with some heavy hitters, man. Do you reckon that's something post-ball you might start looking into?
Yeah, of course, man. That's something, like I said, this was just off the back of quarantine.
For you still, like, literally, like, there's people watching the lives and everything, and it's kind of like, hey, this is just entertaining. Like, like, and I think, like, you hit on it, like, your personality is coming out.
Yeah.
Quarantine a lot. Do you reckon that's an avenue you reckon you would pursue post football, or even now, actually?
Yeah, of course, man. I'm looking to do something. I'm just building up, the relationship with certain players. And yeah, this is something I like to do after football or during football while I'm still playing football, because I like to know where like other players come from, their background, and how they grew up like football wise, and how did they get away from situations that they was in to just focus on football. Yeah, this is something I want to do. Like, this is therefore something I want to do.
No, it's good to hear you talk about, because something I've always noticed, and let me know if you think it's something different. If you look at footballers in general in the UK, right? If it's like a white footballer or whatnot, talking to the media or talking to people and whatnot, it's very, very calm. They'll go here and go here. But when it's kind of like where we're from, you don't get a lot of people talking about like themselves or what they've done or what they come from. Why is that? Like with you, I've always seen kind of about. I see ballers in your lives talking and stuff as well, like chilling on it. But why don't you think people want to or don't have the opportunity to just get out there and talk about what's going on with them? Because everyone has an interesting story. Get me?
You know what? Like, you know how it is. Like, you know, the media itself. If you was to say something, if there's an opportunity to twist something and make it a headline and say, I'm giving an example. Just say, obviously, you see Sancho, Shemi, and that. Or just say Shemi went with Mehdi, blah blah. They'll find a way to twist it. It was out partying all night and that. That's why I think some people are just scared to tell the story and where they're from, because they know that people will take it and twist it into something it's not. That's why when I jump on a live, obviously, like you said, it's not like a BBC interview. It's not like a Sky Sports interview. It's like I'm your friend. Be relaxed around me. You can be relaxed. Like, have you seen the interview with Akpom, Ollie McBurney, even with Fab, Awobi? Be yourself around me. You know when it's like the news thing and the typical questions is like you have to be professional and you have to like. It's so bait. Like, it's not you. You want to let loose, but it's not you. So
already, because I mean, like look at us now. We're just kicking it. You get me? Like, what you said. Like you kicked it with a Warby, just casual McBurney. Why is that not happening? Because for me, it seems like there is avenues out there, or like you've created an avenue. But why is that? Why do man them feel like they can do that more? You get me? Like with the Iwobi thing, I remember watching that and I was thinking, I ain't seen this guy bare happy like this in any interview before. Man's buzzing. You get me? Why is this not happening? For me, it always seems a little bit like, like I'm not getting to hear them man talk about how they actually are, innit? It feels like they only have to talk about the professionalism.
Yeah. Because that's the only questions that they give them. And plus, when you're talking to someone from the BBC or Sky Sports, it's just a typical interview that you can't be yourself. Obviously, they might ask you what you do at home, you give them yourself, but you're not giving them the full you. As around me, knowing that I'm like your bedroom and you're comfortable around me, you see my personality. Like, I feel like my personality rubs off them, so they'll be like, let me let loose and banter with men, because you get me, it's a character, it makes me laugh, let me be myself. And it's different. They'll tell you like who they really are, instead of the BBC, the Sky Sports, and all this. It's all different. It's just the typical questions that they have to be professional. They can't say certain things because, you know, like the media trainings, they call it media training, and it's just rubbish. I just rather you be yourself every time you come on. But you know how it is. If you be yourself on Sky Sports or something, they say, "Oh, look at him slouching, his posture." They take any little thing and they twist it.
Have you had experiences like that where people have like taken anything that you've been involved in and just kind of twisted it?
I wouldn't say I've been in it. It's just the situation with the music thing, you know, the typical situation that you go 10 unbeaten.
Yeah.
Go 10 unbeaten, you lose one, and obviously I've been sick for the 10 games and I'm off it for one. It's like you start questioning, was he out the other day? Was he performing? Yeah, was he at studio last night? Do you know how many times I've got that?
I can imagine.
And this is real rap. Like, was he at studio? I was like, no, I wasn't at studio. Like it gets me mad because like you can question me. Now I'm gonna be on to you. You get me? Yeah. I hate that, man.
Nah, I hear you, man. But bro, listen, I appreciate your time. I know you got stuff to do, man. Listen, you see, let's get this thing popping, man. Honestly, I feel like it's proper important, man. There's a lot of man that have got stories. You get me, like, and if they don't feel like they don't have anywhere to speak about it really and whatnot, like it's here. You get me? You're doing it. I'm doing it. Let's make it happen, man. But listen, send me that little Congo press up thing as well, man. Trying to get Ram out here. You get me? Make sure you send.
Cool, man. We'll send it to you. We'll send it to you,
man. Love my bro.
Bringing me on, man.
No, I love it, man.
Take care. Love.